How we doing, folks? Let's have a break from the mowing. That is literally left it a week, and because it's been so wet, and well, I don't know, it's been wet and warm, and so it's just a recipe for grass growing. So I thought what we'd do, we'll have a bit of a wander around. We'll show you, because I think it's been a few weeks since we've done a homestead update. So we've had all sorts going on as usual. I think how we're going to do it, what we'll do, we'll show you the veg garden. We'll show you how that's coming on, because that is doing really well. You'll probably not recognise it. I mean, look at that lot there. Apple tree, that's one we've just put in a couple of months ago. But yeah, chuffed to bits with this. Look at all that lot already. And I think that's, I mean, it looks like it's been here for yonks, doesn't it? But literally, when did we start it? February, March, something like that. You know, maybe 12, 14 weeks, and we've got all this. We've got, what we got? Broad beans, field beans, kale, mange too, rodders, cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower, peas, loads of carrots, not carrots, well, we have got carrots, onions, beetroot, leek, garlic, parsnip, carrots, and we've got winter squashes and pumpkins, and yeah, so dead chuffed how all that's coming on. The hotbeds, well, they're not really hot anymore. We've kind of run out of heat in them, but they're acting like little mini cold frames at the moment. So we've got an assortment of stuff. All that look at all that beetroot. Loads of beetroot. Oh, and we've got these. We've put these fruit bushes in. So we've got blackcurrant, raspberries, blueberries, red currants, etc., etc. And I don't know whether you saw this last time, but yeah, I built that little arch and a bridge, and with more fruit bushes up there. So yeah, it's looking good. All the potatoes, we had some potatoes the other day, so they're our first earlies. They're my teasels. Now look at them, belters. Look at them. The old water in there like a cup there. Unusual looking things, but we've a lot more of them, so we're going to plant them. We're going to put them up near the hide, so they'll be great for the goldfinches. What else have we got? Oh, polytunnel. Right, let's have a look in here. Whew. It's a warm one in here today. Cucumbers, they're just getting going. Loads of tomatoes. We are definitely self-sufficient in lettuce. That's a definite. We've had more lettuce than you could shake a stick at, so loads of lettuce. So the tomatoes are just coming on now. They're doing well, growing them up these strings this time, which is different. These are melons, strawberries. These are all, well, we've got hanging basket tomatoes, little tiny ones, and then these are all peppers. So I think these are, I think they're sweet peppers. Yeah, they're just coming too. So yeah, been a massive on courgettes. Yeah, loads of courgettes. Look at them, yellow ones and more yellow ones, green ones, rhubarb, and oh, the chickens. You haven't seen the chickens, have you? Let's go and have a look at these lot. So we ended up travelling down to, I'll put a bit of footage on now actually, I filmed it when we went down. We found a place down near Knighton, I think. I'll put the name of the place on. Well, we're off to Knighton, go and pick the chickens up. About an hour's drive down to South Shropshire. Little place called Five Turnings Poultry. Little business, providing point-of-lay hens and bantams. So yeah, we'll go and see what's available and bring them on. Which one? The one with the tufty chops?
The chops, yeah.
The whiskers?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that one. Yeah, better one, the one that comes back towards you. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, one, two.
She's a little bit more forward in that one. Yeah, she's two. What a nice dog.
Yeah.
Martin, is that one okay? Well, no, hang on. Let's just choose.
I like that one at the back. That one.
The back one?
Yeah.
Against the wall or the middle?
Against the wall.
Yeah, this one. Yeah, that one. This one. I like that one. I do quite like that black one near the back.
All right.
So.
What are we doing?
Just had a poo then. That's what it thought of you. On, let it.
Shit on me. Good luck there, innit? Well, you won't. Lock her in.
We've had a bit of an assortment. We've two silkies, which look like they're somewhat off the Muppet Show. There's the black one, right comical looking things. We've got these that are Maran crosses, these dark ones, and there's our Nestera hutch. In fact, our Nestera coop, I should say. Let's have a look if we've any. Oh, there we go. We've got an egg. So we're getting three eggs a day at the moment because some of them haven't actually started laying. So, 20 eggs a week. It's all right. It's keeping us supplied with nice, fresh, free-range eggs. And I'm sure the others will start laying soon. Not expecting too much off the bantams because they'll be tiny, but they were more for the grandkids anyway. So, yeah, the chickens are great. Each one has a name. They have been named, but I can't for the life remember what they are. I know there's one called, that's Margot, I think. Margot and Barbara. That's a nod back to The Good Life for those of you that remember that sitcom. So yeah, we're going to end up, we put this pen up. They've been in it, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 weeks now. But what we're going to do, we have an area down the bottom where I was actually photographing these spotted flycatchers last year. So we've got this area down here. I've already started trimming it down there. So we've quite a big area there that the chickens can have. But we're just wanting to get used to this run first. Then we'll open it up and we'll extend it so they'll be, truly free ranging. So, yeah, the garden's looking good, but it's full on this time of year. The grass grows so quick. So, like I said, full-time job looking after the place. Not a lot of time to get out with the camera, but we will be doing later on this week. So, I think let's have a wander up into the orchard. We'll show you the result of the tree pruning. That climbing rose is doing really well at the moment. Absolutely full of flowers. Smells amazing. And this area here, we weren't sure what to do with this, so we've turned it into a wildlife area. Any bit we don't know what we're going to do, we just leave it to grow, and it's a wildlife area. So full of butterflies and pollinators, so be interesting to see what birds it attracts. So yeah, the orchard. Now, back end, well, last year when we moved in, we thought, fantastic, we've got 7 apple trees, we're going to have loads of fruit, and it were awful. Last year there was hardly any fruit whatsoever. We've got a couple of plum trees, really poor on the plum trees as well. The damsons, hardly any damsons, no sloes whatsoever on the blackthorn bushes. But we had a chap come in and he gave us a bit of advice, so we did a bit of pruning and we opened the trees up. Now, I don't think it's that's actually worked. I think it's just the fact that it's been such a fantastic spring, and you know, these are full with loads of apples. So every tree has got rafts of apples on. This one in particular, it's absolutely laden with them. We're not sure whether they're cookers or eaters, but look at all them. So that's going to be a task for this autumn, is sussing out how to preserve them. We'll probably end up blanching and stewing them and freezing them, but yeah, we're gonna have no shortage of apples. We'll probably end up maybe doing a bit of cider as well. But I was saying about the blackthorn. So all the hedges down there, they're all blackthorn, and they were laden with blossom this year, and this is the result. You can see all these sloes, so we're going to have no shortage of sloes to pick and make sloe gin and jam and all that kind of stuff. The meadow, I haven't started the pond. I've just had so many other things on with the shepherd's up build and that, but I came up last night, came up with the mower. So the pond is still one of my main priorities, but just at the moment it's just having to take a little bit of a back seat. But that's the area ready to go. And the field, we didn't cut it back this year, we just left it, just wanted to leave it and see what happened with it. And all the wildflowers are coming out now, which has been brilliant. We've had a lot of activity with the badgers, so I've had the trail cams out, and pretty much every night the badgers are coming through, foxes coming through as well. A lot of activity with the owls. So at the end of the film I'll put some footage on, but we've had the hide closed actually. Like I didn't want to be feeding throughout the breeding season, you know, for the woodland hide. So we closed the hide down. You know, I didn't want the birds giving the chicks like artificial food, if you will. There's enough natural food around, so that's the reason why we closed the hide. But the tawny owls, they've been really active, so I'll put a link to the tawny owl hide and I'll put some footage on at the end. That's a new post I was trying out last night. Got some fantastic shots of them coming in, some flight shots. What they do, they come in, they land on that big V perch there, wait for a few minutes, and then they just glide in on that post there, and you're sat in the comfort of the big hide there. But yeah, it's looking somewhat well, it's what it is. It's not manicured, let's put it that way. You know, it's a natural setting. So yeah, a lot of flowers to come up with yet, but yeah, it's looking good. So more sloes. All these bushes are right down here. They're all absolutely thick with them. So back down the path, and what we'll do, we'll have a wander up. We'll go up through the woods, I think, because I've been trying a couple of trail cameras out. CMO sent me a couple of trail cams to test. The one with a built-in solar panel. So I wanted, you know, I said I'll do the review for you, but I wanted 2 cameras because, not being greedy, it's just that I wanted one to test out in the open, so it's getting full sun, full daylight to the solar panel, but I also wanted to set one up in the woods where it's dark, and just to see how the battery life performed really. So let's pick that egg up. We don't want to break that. So let's go. Oh, there's little Terror at the moment. So we've got this little fella stopping with us, turning the place upside down. There he is. Say hello, little Jackson, and his paddling pool. Forgot the carnage that a 1-year-old brings with them. So there's Dawn and the dogs. Right, I'll tell you what, let's get on the tractor. Right, let's have a wander down here. So there's a cracking little spot down here where I've got the trail camera set up, and I've had my camera trapping set up going as well. So this is the little glade where the stream runs down, and there's one of the cameras with the solar panel on the top. That's the cam traction set up. So I've had it set up, I don't know, it's probably been up for a couple of weeks. I'll put a bit of footage on now. This isn't the review, I'm going to do a separate review on these cameras, but up to now they've been absolutely excellent, and the quality of the footage is superb, the stills and the video. We actually had a polecat on it, and I got some pictures on the camera trap setup. I wasn't expecting to see any polecats. I know we have had them on the trail cameras before, but I was expecting badger activity, and the badger has been through. But yeah, a couple of decent images of the polecat. So early days with those cameras, but up to now, the battery life is excellent, and it's charging even in, you know, you can see how dark it is in here. You know, there's a bit of sun peeping through there, but it's a very dappled light. But yeah, really effective. So chuffed to bits with them. So we'll wander back, we'll get back on that tractor, and I'll show you what's been taking up the bulk of the time. Probably, well, 90% of my time at the moment is spent building the shepherd's hut. So we'll have a mooch up there and show you where we're up to. Leave that there and have a wander up. So I did a film on building the shepherd's hut up to a point, up to the frame, and I've kind of just got cracking with it really, and not been doing any more filming. So you'll probably see it at a bit more of an advanced state. So the path is all dug out now. I've got the path dug out, I've got some weed membrane down, and big reveal, steps going up. There we go. So that's where we're up to anyway. We've got all the cladding on the outside. We've got the electric up here, which has been a job and a half. If you try and get it under that jack. Yeah. Do you want me to lift it rather than take it back in? There we go, have a look round the back. There we go. So 6 metre shepherd's up. Let's have a quick look inside. French doors, and building work is on commencing. Oh, I've got my hat collection up here. So there's I've just started, I've got the bed frame built. So we've got a nice double bed at that end. We're going to have almost like a kitchen unit, if you will, like a work surface. And in the corner we're going to have a small wood burner and then a couple of chairs in here and a little table. But we've decided to not have cooking facilities actually inside here, because it cuts down massively on your living space, if you will. So what we've decided, because it's an out in the woods experience, if you will, so we're going to have a little set of steps going down here, and then just in here in this clearing we're going to have like an outside kitchen area, if you will, which is going to be undercover. There'll be cooking facilities in there and running water. So you literally, well, from there, and there's the shepherd's hut, and then down in that area in the woods there'll be the composting toilet. So still a lot of work to do, but yeah, we've got the decking up, nice 6 metre decking, and I think it looks fantastic. I'm really pleased with how it's come out. That's the view. We're going to set a feeding station up here, so there'll be the ability to photograph things off the decking, if you will. We've got a handrail to put round, so I'm going to make a nice natural looking oak handrail. So I've got to go in the woods and source all that, get that found, make it look a bit quirky, plant it up. We'll have a lot of plants at the front and bushes, and and that's it. That's where we're up to. Tomorrow I have a mate coming down. My mate Gaz is coming down from Lancs. He's going to help me take a couple of trees out. We've got this ash dieback, which is unfortunate, but they will have to come out. We've got quite a few in the woods there, so he's going to come and with his expertise and help me take a couple of trees out. And we're going to use some of the logs for lining this path down here. And yeah, so it's full on. We're busy. So that's it for this one. Any of you that has bought us a coffee since the last film, thanks very much. All going towards the rewilding and purchasing trees and all that kind of stuff. What else have we got? I think that's it. That is it for this one. I'm going to put some trail cam footage on now, and I'm going to put a bit of footage of the owls on that we've had in the last couple of days. So the owl hide is open again. I'll put some details on the screen and in the description, but for now that's it. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.